Hello, Underhook here with a review of the Tier 3 American tank destroyer, the T82. Follows straight on from the T18 in that tree. Great little tank destroyer. And I've got some gameplay for you. I've got a few different games, but with each different gun. So I've got a game with the stock gun, which is actually the same gun that you start off with on the T18. And then we use the Howitzer, and then we use the other gun. I'll just get the stats up for you. So it's an open top tank destroyer, as you can see. So we don't have, so you don't want to obviously get hit by any artillery because it'll blow to smithereens. 160 hit points, 13 to 15 ton, 350 engine horsepower, which is quite a lot for such a light tank. And it has a speed of 48 kilometers an hour, so it really gets up in boogies, similar to the T18, or maybe even a bit quicker. Traverse speed of 32. Hull armor non-existent. 13 at the front, 7 at the side, 13 at the rear. So every tank in the game, even tier 1s, can penetrate you. So you've got no armor is the way you should think of it, I believe. Let's see, view range 370, which is quite good for a tier 3 tank, and a signal range of 615, also very good for a tier 3 tank. Let's have a look at the gun selection. And we see that you start off with the 75mm, same gun you had in the T18, although I think the rate of fire is slightly quicker. Let's have a look. It's 13. Oh, we'll just get the gun up. Actually, I don't think it'll let me do that. Let's try. And the Howitzer here. Yeah, it's got a better rate of fire. So you can see 13.64 it's got on the T82, whereas on T18 it's 12.5 rounds a minute. So the damage and penetration is exactly the same, but it fires more quickly, and also on the T82 it aims more quickly, so it aims at 1.7. Okay, so I've got a couple of games with that gun, and we'll just go back to the T82. Here it is. So I've got a couple of games with that 75 Howitzer, one game you can watch. Then I've got some games with this Howitzer here. It looks okay on paper. Well, it doesn't actually. Rate of fire is 5 rounds per minute, so 1 every 12 seconds. Has an average penetration of 53 and does 410 damage, which is awesome. To do that sort of damage at tier 3 means you will basically one-shot kill pretty much everything in the game. With 53 penetration, I don't think there's any tier 3s that could stand up to that. Some tier 4s maybe, like a Matilda. You might have to hit it a couple of times. But in tier 5s, of course, we could take it. But yeah, you blow them smithereens. So it sounds great so far. And 5 rounds, what's slow, very slow firing for this tier, but you think, well, that power, fair enough. But then you look at the accuracy, 0.55, it's pathetic. That's terrible accuracy. Aiming time of 2.3 is okay for a gun with that sort of power. And it doesn't reload that quick anyway, so it's not too bad. But the accuracy is terrible. And what I've got a couple of games that you can see how it works. But basically, you're in a tank that is a long-range sniper, has no armor, so you cannot afford to get close to people or even let people see you, because if they see you, you're pretty much dead. And with 0.55 accuracy, you have to get close to hit anyone, and you cannot hit moving targets. There's just no chance. So that really, for me, wasn't a good gun. This gun here, the 57mm M1, is the gun that I really liked on this tank. 21.43 rate of fire, which is very fast. Penetration of 110, which is very good. Damage of 75, which is average. Has an accuracy of 0.39, which is not fantastic, but it's pretty good. And aiming time of 2 seconds, which is okay. That gun I found to be much more effective, allowing you to snipe, but I'll show you a game with all 3 guns so you can decide for yourself. If you have driven the T82, I'm pretty sure you will all automatically be able to use this engine. I was able to get straight onto that engine, and I think I was able to get straight onto that radio as well, without having to grind anything. So it's a pretty quick grind on this tank. What I'll do now is get into the gameplay. You can have a look at it and see for yourself. Okay, so a tier 3 battle. This is my actual first ever battle in the tank. So I've got the stock gun, which is a gun that is on the T18. There's a T18 in front of us there. Actually, this, I'm going up the hill. A T18 is also going up the hill, so this will be a good chance for you to compare the speed of the two tanks. Because if you're about to get yourself a T82, then you've probably got a T18. Quite similar speeds, actually, almost identical. I look like I'm catching him on the flat. I like to go up this hill because this tank really can't take a hit. So, and I'm glad there's a T18 with me, because I'm hoping that he will move to the front to take any hits, and I can hang around a bit further back in some bushes and do some, hopefully some bit of sniping if possible. So yeah, the two tanks look similar speed, don't they? I think I've got the edge on him just on the flat bits, and he might be a little bit better than me on the hills. It's very similar anyway. Alright, so I'm just going to take position in one of these bushes just here. Let the T18 go ahead and let him spot people. I'll just hide here. Oh, we've got a target to shoot at. He's behind the building, so I figure why not? I've got a Howitzer. They're pretty good demolishing buildings, so let's blow his cover away, and even if I don't hit him, one of our teammates might be able to hit him. The ammo is cheap enough at this stage. Alright, it comes out. Let's have a shot. The trouble with these Howitzers is their targets really do need to be stationary. He's coming straight at me, he's alright. And we didn't even get a hit on him. Not a very accurate gun at all at range. If they're dead still though, like that guy, yay, you can get him. This gun is slightly better than the one on the T18. It's essentially the same gun, but it's slightly quicker reload. I think it's slightly quicker aiming, I think it was. Just looking now to see if anybody else is going to come into the town. I can have a shot at them. The T18, and we've got an M3 shoot up there as well. I've just spotted some enemy. They've taken care of a T18. There's a T82 moving away, which are also seem to be taken care of. But I'm very careful. I want to keep cover because I've got no armor. I'm not like you're not like the T18 where you can take some serious hits from the front. This thing just can't take any hits. I don't know where this guy's gone. Will we just fluke a shot out there somewhere? Why not? Okay. I'm not sure if this guy's this side of the hill behind the building, or I think he might be the other side of the train tracks. I'm not sure. Well, two tanks are moving down. Now, at this tier, tanks don't have a particularly long view range. So, if you're at, say, tier 6 or 7, the fact that the T18 was there and other tanks just went past, it would mean that there's nobody camped on that hill just there. But at this tier, tanks don't see very far, so the fact that they haven't been shot at doesn't necessarily mean there's no one on the hill. So it's always good to, when people do go ahead of you, to see where they go, to see whether they will have triggered a spot or not. So you know where potential threats could come from. Not really getting much luck up here with any targets at the moment. Oh, here we go. A D2. 42 damage. His arm is a bit too good for this gun to do much damage, but he's taken care of anyway. I think we may have tracked him with one of those shots. Or somebody tracked him. Oh, there's pretty much nothing left to shoot at here. Now, I'm going to move forward, but I'm really worried about whether there's something on that hill, because like I say, I don't think our tanks went close enough to the hill to be spotted or to do spotting. So I want to check out the hill and see if there's anything there, because I can't afford to get hit, but I've also don't want to get spotted. Okay, here we go. It's a... oh no, there's a T18. Okay, T82, just like us. Let's see how he likes it. We've got to hit him first. We are getting hit by somebody. Okay, he's out. That shot did only 16 damage, so he's almost dead already. Alright, we just took out that VAY type B, whatever that is. I've never used that tank. So we did 154 damage to him, which was a good hit. I'm not sure where that T82 went. The T18, there it is. Whoa, that was a seriously bad shot. As you can see with the aiming, it hardly even moves. Oh, we've tracked him. Can we get the final shot into him? Yes! Very nice. That's the end of the game. Okay, so here we have the results for that battle in the T82. That was my very first game in the tank, and I was rapt to get a Mastery 2 badge. Although it wasn't that good a game, so it was good, but it does seem to indicate that this tank is either not used by many people or is not a great tank, because to get your level 2 mastery in your first game with a stock gun is kind of a bit too easy. But yeah, still happy enough. As you can see, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, we hit a good amount of tanks. We got 4 kills. Some decent tanks there. So it was a good job with the stock gun. Very happy with that. And then we go to the team results screen. We did the second highest amount of damage. No, we did the most damage, 351, because I have this sorted on experience. We got the second most experience, but we did the most damage just over the LTP. So with a stock gun, very happy. And the final screen, we fired 19 shots, of which 6 hit. Not a particularly accurate gun, as you saw. Splash damage, we got 1, that's handy, 6 penetrations. Damage 351. Hits received 3, which we got near the end there, 2 penetrations. So you've got a few hit points. You can soak a couple of hits at this tier, but you just can't stop any hits. Actually, we had a non-penetration. How did we get a non-penetration with 13 armor at the front and 7 on the side? That must have been just an auto bounce. They must just hit our armor on an 80 degree or more than 80 degree angle. Otherwise, I just cannot understand how they didn't penetrate us. Ah, dear. We spotted a couple. We damaged 5 tanks and destroyed 4 of them, which was great. There's a special promotion at the moment, so we've got 18 grand for that. So if we didn't have that, we would have made about $10,000 profit, which is not too bad at this tier. And it's a 5 times experience promotion, so you really can't count that. It was 493 or something plus 739 for premium. So the 493, and you get Master Class 2. So obviously not a lot of people driving this tank or driving it well anyway. Okay, good people. This is the T82 with the Top Gun, the big Howitzer on it. It's mostly tier 3 tanks, as you can see. A couple of tier 2s, a few tier 2s, but mostly it's all tier 3s. I'm extremely boring first part of this game, so I'm going to speed it up a fair bit. I'll just speed up to double timers just for now, with moving position. I decided to go up here because I don't have any armor, so I figure I'll go up here and try and sort of snipe. And I'm going to basically go into this bush here, so that I've got 2 layers of cover, so the chance of being detected when I shoot is slim. I'll leave this on double speed for a minute, but I really just can't get a shot because the targets pretty much have to be stationary for me to have any chance of hitting them with the howitzer. I really don't get any good shots. I can fire one here, but yeah, misses. So I'm going to speed this up a bit more until we see some decent action. Let's go really fast. That's fast. That's too fast. That gives me a head spin. Okay, so take a shot here. Back to regular speed. You see I can't hit. Speed it up again a little bit. Okay, back to normal speed here. Oop, that's too slow. So as you can see, I'm trying to shoot these guys, and you can't even see the shell landing. It's taking that long to land. Now, I notice now, I decide now I'm just going to go in close, because I'm sick of not being on here anything sniping. But then as I'm on my way down, I notice there's an M3 Stuart on the left, and our artillery, our Lloyd, just got wiped out. So I think I'm just going to do like a T82 and just drive straight at this guy and try and knock him out. He's trying to kill our guy up there, and bang. So yeah, the gun hits hard. 187 damage. That was nice. Now I see this Panzer III coming and I figure I'm a dead man. He's much more maneuverable than me. He has a turret. I think, oh no, I'm dead. He's going to start pumping me full of holes. He doesn't shoot yet, and he's been hit by someone else, which is great. So someone on the hill is shooting him. I decide I'm going to have to just try and keep driving around his building and stay away from him. Now he crashed into the house there, which gives me a chance to get ahead of him. I think he's more worried about the guy on the hill than he is about me. And I don't know why he does this, but look where he goes. Why the hell would you do that? And he stopped. 178 points of damage, so good damage. Why did he stop there? All he had to do was keep driving around the house and he could have pummeled the crap out of me. I guess it was the... here we go. Another Stuart. Bang. Yeah, I don't know why he did. I guess he just was worried about the guy on the hill and he maybe didn't even know I was there. Alright, so now they've only got... they've got 4 tanks left. 3 artillery and 1 T82. I see our M3 Stuart there. He looks like he's trying to hide from something on the hill. So I figure there's someone on the hill, maybe the T18. I think, well, maybe if he's worried about the Stuart, I might be able to sneak up and shoot him in the back or something. So I'm going up here. I'm also looking to see if the Artie's somewhere around. And I'm looking over here, and I hear the thing go off. I look back, and oh, there he is. I'll hide behind this tank. No, oh.
Everyone get out.
Damn. So... oops, my bad. Extremely bad play. I should have stayed behind that tank just there and used it for cover. Hopefully made him miss a shot. Our M3 Stuart here has made a big mistake as well. Don't know why he didn't see me getting hit. And the T18 cleans him up. End of the game. Okay. On to the stat screen. We were defeated, obviously, in that game. We managed to kill 3 tanks, and I can't tell you how many games I played with this stinking gun just to show you a game where I actually managed to kill something. Yes, not easy, but one shot kills all of them. Look, at close range the gun is great, but because the T82 has no armor, you're not very often going to get the chance to shoot people at close range. I was very lucky that that Panzer III driver didn't seem to know what he was doing. He should have cleaned me up easily. So, yeah. Next screen. We managed to finish on top for experience. Somehow we did virtually nothing the first half of the game. And yeah, we got... looks like we did the most damage as well. Which is bizarre. So everyone else must have played pretty badly. But look, it's tier 3 and people don't have much experience, so you got to expect that sort of thing. And there we are. We fired 7 shots, 3 of which hit for 496 damage. We got hit twice, which killed us. And yeah, spotted one, blah blah, no big deal there. Once again, we got a huge bonus here for this promotion that's on. So if it wasn't for that, we would have ended up with about 6,000 or 7,000. Not that great, but it was a defeat, so that's okay. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, so as you can see, this is another game with the big tier 5 howitzer. I did 2 games to try and show you the limitations of the gun. Tier 5 matched this one, which is why I wanted to show you. Some big tanks in this game. There's hardly any tier 3s, of which we are one. There's what, 4 tier 3s on our side. All the rest are tier 4s, and half on each side is tier 5. So good chance to see how it does against heavier armor. Oh, I'll speed it up because moving into position is pretty boring. Here we go. Boom, it's fast, eh? We've already seen the speed of the tank before, so I don't think we need to show it off. I pull the position here. Oops. Looking around, we see an enemy. He's moving, so I probably haven't got much chance of hitting him. And he's gone. Trying to find a shot. I think he might be there, so I try and lob one over the top. Don't know if it hit or not. Now here you'll see I'm trying to hit a moving target. Oh, he stopped. I just fire it where he was last time. May have hit him. A stationary target, yes! Come on, baby! We've got him. This will be a one-shot kill. And it misses. Not an accurate gun. You can see actually when I aim that the circle hardly even reduces in size. Someone else managed to kill him before we could reload. Now I've just got the edge of a tank there. Now one, it went nowhere near where I aimed. Like with a good accurate gun you can fire through that hole, not a problem. But the other thing with the Howitzer is not just the accuracy of going, say, through something like that. It fires. One of the reasons why the shell takes so long to get there is it fires quite high, so it travels in a big arc. So it's really, I think it's actually not even possible to fire through those windows because the shell travels in such a big arc. It comes on down on such an angle that it can't go through something like that. And I'm just going to take a couple of shots here to demonstrate that to you when this guy gets into view. I'll speed up a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, see that? So, aiming pretty much at that tank and it just hits the wall. It's coming down at too steep an angle to go through the hole. Plus, it's not very accurate. Alright, now see a Sherman up there on the hill. I decide it's time to move position. See if we can help out the guys on the hill somehow. And as you can see, pretty good speed. We're going uphill, doing sort of 37, 38. I decided to use the cover of the trees. I just can't afford to get hit in this tank. Looks like our guys, our KV1 is actually taking care of the tanks that are on the hill. I'm thinking they may have someone in this town section here. So I'll go use the cover of the building first and then pop around and see what we can see. And there's a Panzer there. Panzer 38. We fire and miss. Well, it looked like it missed woefully, but we hit. The shell went off to the right. Maybe he actually moved into that shot. So we've got our first hit that we know of for the game. 161 damage. It's decided now we're winning quite easily on the map, so whether I die or not, it's not going to make that much difference. So I decide it's time to forget about sniping and just bully on in, and if I get killed, I get killed. Just being a bit frustrated to it, just missing everything from a distance. So we're doing 49 Ks here, so we're going pretty quick, 49.50. Decide to use these trees here, a bit of cover, and see if I can spot anything, because I've got quite good view range in this tank. And we can see the Churchill in the town there. He's now getting hit, and he's stationary, so fire a shot, and it looks like it went long. So believe it or not, we are fully aimed now. You can see the size of the circle. That it can go anywhere in the circle apparently. And we've gone long again. He's almost dead, this Churchill. He's taken quite a few hits. He hasn't moved. And we get him. A total of 5 points of damage. So he was almost dead. We see another T82, which is what we are. There's another one over there. We know he's got no armor. I'm a little bit worried about hitting the Panzer IV, but no, we hit him. And he had 3 hit points left, so 2 kills for 8 hit points worth. That's great. That's going to get us so much experience. Well. Don't think I can get a shot on these guys, or can I? Here we go. Put one in. Oh, look where it went. Oh dear. It's just the wrong gun for a sniper tank. It's a brawler gun on a sniper tank. It's just not a good match. Now I noticed that they're all in the town. We haven't spotted anyone. I can also see there's one of our dead tanks there on the left. So I figure if there's one person left, there's only one of their players left, he's got to be here somewhere, because he's got 4 kills. He's been killing people, and there's a dead tank near where... yeah, there he is. Oh, he's getting hit by others, and we get one into him to finish him off. That was good. 107 points. Alright, end of the game. Here we have the stats. That was my first class mastery badge in that tank, which I don't know how. Once again shows us that this tank is either not played very much by anybody, or they all play terribly in it. Yeah, first class. That's hilarious. We missed half the shots. We did hardly any damage. But I think the reason we got first class was simply because it was a tier 5 game. I guess that's why. So our experience counted for more, or something like that. So we hit 4 tanks, killed 3 of them. Did a bit of spotting damage. Let's have a look at the more detailed results. Team results. Well, we didn't do much damage. 276. We've got the KV1 up here. Did what was that 1200 or something? 800 to T82. So there's other people did a lot more damage than us. We're quite high up the tree on the experience though. We're 1, 2, 3, 4th. Came 4th at experience, and that will simply be because we were a tier 3 tank that was doing the damage. So the T1 heavy did a lot more damage than us, but being that the T1 is a tier 6 or 5 tank, I can't remember, that's why it finished lower, I'd say. And on to the next screen. Fired 12 shots, direct hits 4, which is pretty bad. Splash damage 1. 276 damage. We spotted 1, damage 4, destroyed 3. 422 due to assistance. So we actually did a fair bit of spotting. That was not bad spotting. Did more spotting than we did actual damage, which probably counts for us experience as well. A little bit of a mission reward bonus there. A bit over 3,000. Otherwise we would have made, say, 11,000 profit. Premium experience came up to 787. Next game! Here we are back in the T82. This time with the M1 gun, which is a gun I much prefer for this tank. I think it suits this tank. It allows you to snipe at range. Has great reload speed, great aiming speed. Not the best accuracy, but the rest of it's great. I was going to speed this up while we move into position. Okay, BDR has been spotted. It's a tier 5 tank. There are 3 tier 5 tanks in this game. A bunch of tier 4s and the rest of the tier 3s like us. I do some terrible driving there. And we line up. First shot is terrible accuracy. That's a good one, but we miss.
We didn't even scratch them. Penetration.
Yay.
Enemy armor is
I don't know what this BDR was thinking. He's just driven straight out into the open. Everybody is shooting at him.
We didn't even scratch them.
Why he drove out there? Maybe he's never played this map before, or maybe he just thought his armor was so fantastic because he's tier 5 that he can just do whatever he wants. But
That one didn't go through.
it is taking us a long time to get rid of him, I have to admit. But he's toast. What can he do? He's tracked. It's just a matter of time.
Penetration. Penetration.
Okay, so found a sweet spot there, which is that plate above his upper glacis. That seems to be where we're getting our penetrations. I think he's got spaced armor on the side, which on the angle he was on seemed to have been absorbing a lot of the shots.
Critical hit.
Critical, okay.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Penetration.
Oh, he's so close. Somebody else got the kill. No, I might speed it up again here. I'm not really used... I haven't played this map a lot from this position. I usually have heavy tanks and I go to the bridge side of things. Well, here we go. AMX 40, here he comes. How many times has this happened to you? Someone's coming up to the edge, you're lining up the shot, and somebody else hits them. So they don't keep coming around the corner and you don't get the shot. Very frustrating. I decided to relocate and hopefully see if I can get an angle on that AMX 40. Might be able to just see it. Beautiful. First shot, woeful. Beautiful. We got him. That was pretty satisfying. AMX 40 has reasonable armor that is very well sloped, or quite well sloped. So they can sometimes be hard to penetrate, but our 110 mils of penetration power punches straight through. Going to speed it up here again. Watch this again. This is my inexperience with this map. I'm trying to see if I can get targets, but I can't get any. I actually fired at that Howitzer, but he just turned away and ducked under cover again before I could get anywhere near him. So I decided to go up the top of this hill here. Back to normal speed now, and to see if I can get any shots off. Get a bit of height on them. Now this is where I realise, well and truly, the gun depression is quite poor. So I'm trying to aim down from here. Very difficult. You basically have to drive halfway off the ledge. I want to go out here, but it's very exposed to fire from the side, so I decided to knock this tree down, hopefully give myself a bit of cover to stop them from seeing me. And I realise gun depression is terrible. I'm going to have to move off the edge here if I want to actually hit anybody. I see all our tanks are dead, so that's not good. So that means they're going to have to come through here shortly. I'm expecting them to. I drive slightly over the edge to get my gun pointing down. We're hoping someone will appear, and there he is. I'm still not low enough. I drive a little bit more over the edge and get a shot in. I have to go even further over the edge. You see my tank's wobbling. Beautiful. See the penetration on the Panzer III, no problem. And actually is quite good at that range. I thought, oh, no one spotted me because the Panzer didn't look like it even seen me. But I get hit by an AMX 38, which is right over there. He'll be wrapped because that AMX 38 gun doesn't penetrate anything. Well, not much. It's not a very good gun. In fact, it's a terrible gun. Alright, I can see the Sexton. It's been hit. I want to see if I can get a shot into him. And we just can't see him, and now he's disappeared. I'll speed this up a little bit. Moving into another position. Take position behind these trees. There's a Sherman. I fire a shot at him, but I can't hit him. He's moving a bit quick and I didn't have time to aim properly. And now he's behind cover. You can see an AMX 38. Let's see if we can hit him. First shot was terrible. Behind cover now. I'm worried about that M4 Sherman. I don't know if he's coming around behind me or what he's doing, so I'm just sort of checking around as I'm moving back. Okay, he's behind this building, so I'm going to shoot this building away, give myself a shot at him. And unfortunately, there's a double-story building behind that he's actually behind, and I can't knock down a double-story. Oh, the Sexton. Back out in the open. Kaboom. That was satisfying. Still can't get the AMX. Oh no, the Sherman. Oh. Well, I got a hit on him, but I'm no match for a Sherman this tank at close range. No match whatsoever. All we've got left now is the KV-1, and they've started capping. We're not going to win. We did indeed lose that game. We did okay there. You can see we hit 5 tanks, killing 3 of them. In a tier 5 game, I'm quite happy with that. We had an effect on the outcome of the game, I think. Well, we lost, but I think we accounted for ourselves quite well. As you can see here, we came second on experience, and we did quite a bit of damage. I think only... Oh, I was going to say only the KV-1 did more damage than us, but we did more damage than the KV-1. Actually, we did more damage than anyone else in the game. In fact, only one tank in the whole game did more damage than us, and that was the M4 on the other side. Or maybe the Wolverine too. Yeah. So, well, we accounted for ourselves very well in a Tier 5 game. And let's see, we fired 39 shots, 24 direct hits. It's a big contrast to the Howitzer. The M1 gun, I think, is a very good gun. We got 24 hits in, 14 penetrations. Most of those non-penetrations were against the BDR, which is a Tier 5 tank and was angled towards us part of the time. But we could penetrate when we hit the right spot. Damage 830, which gets good damage. Hits received 2, penetrations 2, so of course our armor is trash. We spotted 1, damage 5, destroyed 3. Money wise, we had a big almost $19,000 bonus from current promotion. We would have made about the $13,000 mark, or credit mark, which is quite good for Tier 3. It's okay anyway. Experience though, surprisingly low amount of experience, 334. I guess that's because we lost the game. If we'd won the game, I think it would have been quite a bit better, because I think Tier 5 match we accounted for ourselves very well. Oh, that's it for the gameplay. Time to say bye-bye to the T82. Great little tank destroyer, very quick as you see, you can go from place to place. I personally think that M1 gun is the best gun for this tank. You saw the limitations, I think, of the Howitzer. All in all though, I'm at as a Tier 3 tank, and it's not... Well, I don't really like any Tier 3 tanks. This is probably the first one I've driven that I actually think, yeah, it's pretty good. As a Tier 3 tank, I'm quite happy with it. So, there it is, driving away from us, vroom vroom. I'm Underhook. You are tuned into my channel, which is Reginaldesq. If you'd like to see more tank reviews, please subscribe. Other than that, have fun.